Testing, testing, testing. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to the live. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all stay on topic. Welcome to the live, everybody. Nelly, welcome. Well, I want to talk about Chicago, and also I would like to talk about selfishness in 2025 and how selfish people have become, you know, how people have, I guess, forgot to love thy neighbor, you know. Um, so we're gonna definitely start off talking about Chicago. Yesterday we had a lot to say about stay on stay on topic and be respectful in the live stream because we block people that's not on topic, that's not respectful. And also, I just want to say that everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but please be respectful at the same time. That's all we ask. You can like something that I don't like, and I can like something that you don't like, or you don't agree with. And we all is entitled to our own opinions, but we gotta stay respectful. Um, Cause you get him out of here, cause he's a distraction to the live stream. Anybody that wants to be a distraction will get kicked out immediately, just to let you know. Um, yeah, we don't have time to play. We didn't come to play. We actually came to tell the truth. So, with that being said, yesterday we had a lot to say about Chicago. Obviously because this is my hometown, this is where I live at. This is I am a resident and I can actually tell y'all exactly what the hell is going on. And the thing is, I just feel like y'all should not believe these weak ass politicians that is in office. They're fucking liars. Okay. And I really dislike the fact that they are lying to the people because they know that people are gullible. They know that people easily believe any damn thing. They know that. So it's like the morning dew. What do you mean by the truth is you guys need some structure? Are you talking about who's on this live stream or are you talking about Chicagoans? What do you mean? What's up, Chris? So, you know, I like I said yesterday, I definitely don't agree with Trump and his policies. I don't agree with some of the executive orders that he signed off on. I don't agree with some of the things that he does, but like I always say, the truth is the truth. And the truth is, Chicago does have its problems, and it has really, really, really big problems. And the problems have yet to get solved. And over the last 13 to 14 years, we've seen high crime rates, you know. Um, and people know that. The people of Chicago know that, but yet and still, you know, they have allowed the politicians here to brainwash them into somehow believing that there is no crime and no criminal activity goes on here. It's perfectly fine. They're even proving their point by walking along the lakefront. Like the governor, he's taking it a bit further and he walks along the lakefront to prove his point as well. And Chris, don't do that. Don't do the little one letter, two letter here. Like, please don't do that. Because see, y'all don't even understand that the things that y'all are doing is throwing the live stream off. Real talk. Because I would like to read comments, but you steady saying the same thing. Um so yeah, this governor, he basically, what I'm saying is, he takes it a step further and he's basically proving his point to the people like, hey, Chicago is safe. See, I get my exercise. I walk along the lakefront, and this is how I lose my weight. And it's like, just because you're doing that doesn't mean doesn't deem Chicago safe, bro. You got to be in the right spot. You got to know what a good spot set to go. Yeah, get Chris up out of just get Chris out of here. He disrespectful, and yeah, he's just this, and a lot of people that's coming in this live stream, um nothing but a bunch of evil, wicked beings, hateful people. And you know what? This is exactly what we're gonna be talking about in this live stream. It also the fact that not only have people have became selfish in 2025, but also extremely hateful. They have hate in their hearts. They live with hate in their hearts. Real talk, you know and you live in their minds rent free because they wake up with bad intent every day of their lives. They're having a horrible life, a horrible day, and they just want to take their anger out some way, somehow. So they also use the internet and they go to people's live streams, and they just decide that they want to troll throughout the day. People love chaos, people love negativity. There you go. And that's what's wrong with Chicago as well. People love chaos and people love negativity. And it just seems like, you know, they're denying the fact that it's crime here because they enjoy the chaos and the negativity. It's no crime here. Go on, move along. Nothing here to see. Um, I do want to say something too, though. I do want to say, honestly, it goes both ways because it's like I saw the video. I saw the video of ICE coming in the neighborhoods on the south side in a Hispanic area, and they snatched up this older Mexican guy. He sells flowers and stuff like that in the middle of the street. And he's been doing it for years. And I've actually rode past him a few times, you know, over the over the last few years or whatnot. But I think he's been doing it for like 15 years. You know, it the way how they dress, the way how they present themselves, they look like real thugs. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And I'm talking about ICE. They do. They got on these ski masks, they got guns on them and stuff, but y'all want to lock up criminals though, right? Y'all want to call people criminals and stuff like that. Which, it's people over here illegally, and it's actually criminals roaming the streets and stuff like that. But let's just be 100. Also, the real criminals as well are the ones they go and they snatch up people and they send them back to their country. And also, you got the police as well. So, I mean, those are the real criminals. What's up? Yeah, that you know what? The name though, the name, you know, right. You know, I agree that Chicago does need to be cleaned up, but I disagree, you know, that you bring in gang and them over here to come clean up the gang. You know what I'm saying? So how's that gonna help? If you get what I mean? Because they are actually criminals. Like they dress like thugs, straight up. They dress like real criminals. You got on the ski mask just like the YNs out here too. Like what the fuck, man? Ass backwards ass country that we live in. But anyway, the biggest problem with Chicago, it's the fact that they have a hard time loving themselves so they can love one another. And everybody just got this hate and they live with this hate in their heart. And all they do is glorify all the wrong things at the same time that they have hate in their hearts. And it's like it's very rare. You know it never been like this. It's very rare to actually walk the streets or go to stores and run errands and stuff, and you see other black people that's genuine just like you are. I mean, you will literally see one out the bunch for real. That's how rare it is to see good people, or for you to interact with good people, because the people here very hateful. They are very hateful. And that's why the biggest thing that I don't understand is like, why do you want to, why do we have to stand together and fight against the National Guards here when there's so much hate here anyway? It's hate here before the National Guards got here or ICE got here. It was already hate. We wasn't standing together then. And this is about, what the mayor said. He talking about, oh, let's stand together as Chicago citizens and let's, come together. Our democracy is on the line. And it's like, bro, don't try to act like you Martin Luther King Jr. now all of a sudden. We know that your corruption goes a very long way. Check this picture out. I'm gonna put this on my green screen. Okay. Hopefully it catches the whole thing. If not, I'll pull it up on my laptop so that y'all can see this. People need to understand something, right? The politicians here, yes, Dexon, I definitely agree. I definitely agree. He is an idiot for sure. You know. Um Kermit says now I'm just, you know what? I'm a respond to your second comment, Kermit. You said you're from Los Angeles, but want to visit Chicago. First of all, let me tell you something. Um, welcome, Linda. Welcome, Dexon. Welcome, Linda. Welcome, Kermit. Kermit. Chicago is it's too much going on here. I'm gonna be honest with you. And a lot of things are being normalized that shouldn't be normalized. It's a lot of negativity here, a lot of evil here. You know, if you are a peaceful person, I would say that this is not the city that you want to come and visit. But if you love chaos and you just love the city and you just, I don't know, if you love all that worldly stuff, then Chicago is the place for you to be. You know, yes, the crime rate is diabolical. They're lying to the people. They're fucking lying. You know, I don't feel like this is a place that you wanna. I don't think you wanna come here. You know what I mean? Jimmy Fisher says Chicago. Exactly. I agree. Um, I guess y'all probably thought I was gonna disagree with y'all, and y'all probably thought I was about to go back and forth with y'all for talking bad about Chicago. But honestly, Chicago is a fucked up ass city, and you hear it from the person that lives here. It is. It's a fucked up city. We have fucked up politicians. They're lying to the people. And since I'm talking, let me pull up this shit on my green screen so y'all can see this mayor and and the people that he runs with for who they truly are. Let's get it. Oh damn, see. Well, at least y'all can see this one behind me. Well, what do we have here? We have Lil Durk next to who? Y'all favorite mayor in the United States of America, Brandon Johnson. Clap it up for him. Give it up for Brandon Johnson. Y'all, he is doing a damn thing. He's actually one of the best mayors that Chicago has ever had. And I just want to say thank you, Brandon Johnson, for making Chicago great again. You have helped the murder rate to go up even higher. And we really appreciate that as the Chicago citizens because actually there is no crime here. There's no crime, nothing here to see. It's just a great city. We admire this city and we just want to say thank you. Big ups to this mayor, y'all. Um, yeah, make sure you're getting these evil, negative ass people up out of here. Jeez, Louise. Uh, yeah, one of a kind. Yep, right. They thought we was gonna be mad. Okay, demon. How's that? So anyway, yeah. What's up, Terrell? Glad you're back. Glad to see you. Um, I was just actually letting people know how much of a great mayor we have here in the city of Chicago. He's doing the damn thing, keeping the crime rate up as it should be, and not giving a fuck about the people that die. Not giving a fuck about the black on black crime, and we are such an amazing city. I feel like not enough people says it, to be honest. Not enough people says it. It's not it we don't get enough recognition, for the crimes that goes on here. As a matter of fact, there is no crime, so what the fuck am I talking about, right? And then you got Mr. Durkio, you know what I'm saying? Just one of the best Chicago rappers there is. He's doing a damn thing. Clap it up for Lil Durk, y'all. Lil Durk uh is he locked up? I think he locked up. Wow. Mm. How does that work for the mayor? The, yeah. So we got such a great mayor because he's making sure that things get done. Let's see. What's up, Aaron? Welcome, Patrick. Uh, Terrell says, I feel like they use our own people as a scapegoat because they know we may give them some leeway because they are the same color. Yes. Brandon Johnson is such an amazing mayor, DeKeon. He is doing such a great job with the city of Chicago because the murder rate has went up so high that we have such a great fucking mayor. And honestly, I don't think nobody really says this enough. So I just wanted to help you guys. You know what? As a matter of fact, I have a few more pictures of some of these, Chicago politicians that has took pictures with Durkio, right? So let me clear the screen. Oh, actually, is this better? Nah, we just gonna go back to the regular background. Yeah, so let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. Why? Let me show you guys why Chicago's murder rate is like ridiculously high and people, I don't know. I don't know what they're seeing. I guess they're not seeing any crime whatsoever. They don't hear the gunshots, I guess they hearing is fucked up. And I don't know. I think they colorblind or something. I don't know if they can see. There's police, ambulance, firefighters, going. I don't know if they can hear or see, matter of fact. So do they even live in Chicago? Where are they? Where are they? Like for real. For the people that says that Chicago is such a great city, mm, let me see. I don't know. Do y'all really think that? Cause I don't know if we on the same page. You know. Let's see here. Oh no, not that. I'm trying to. Okay, here we go, guys. This is such, you know what? This is going to be the greatest moment ever. I don't know if anybody ever showed y'all this picture. Let's take a look. I think Chicago is so great. Wow, what do we have here, guys? We have state's attorney, Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox posed with Little Dirk, Dirkio, Chicago's drill rapper. Wow, they are doing such an amazing job keeping the crime down. Such amazing job, people. We have Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox with Chicago drill rapper Lil Durk. That is just wow. You know what? They are just doing a great job here. Yeah, clap it up for the people that voted for her because of her color. You guys did such a great job, getting these people in, getting these people selected to be here, to make Chicago straight trash, okay? You said same thing they do in Baltimore and Atlanta. Always have our sisters and brothers representing us as DA or mayors, and they be yes, yes. Terrell said it best. What he say? He said they be fucking us over. They do. They do. I am a witness. Trust me. I had to deal with the system. I actually, yeah. Anyway, we gonna talk about that another time. But yeah, I had to deal with the system. I actually had a case, and it was black state's attorneys, and they was slamming my ass down. Okay, they was throwing me under the bus. And when I tell you it was a black judge, and whoo wee, that don't mean shit. Color don't mean nothing, baby. Y'all got to understand that. It is not about the color. It is really about a person that really got that compassion there, that really cares, that really understands. And we don't have enough people here like that, okay? We are in 2025. People lack compassion nowadays. People are very evil and hateful nowadays. And as a matter of fact, I can combine both of these topics then, since we really want to talk about it. This is exactly why Chicago is like the way that it is now, is because people have cold hearts. The world is turning cold. The city is turning cold. Your state is turning cold. Everybody's turning cold at the hearts. Nobody gives a fuck about what nobody going through no more. You will see a homeless person laying in the cardboard right there next to your doorstep, and you will step right over them, wouldn't you? Yeah, don't nobody give a fuck no more. There's people out here that really and truly need help. People that need help, people that need assistance, and they get looked down upon. You know, just because you ain't got a fat ass bankroll, you ain't on shit. Just because you don't wear a ski mask, you ain't a damn savage. Just because you don't hold a gun, you ain't a savage. Just because you ain't causing chaos and in the midst of anything, you a goofy. You know what I'm saying? It's like you a goofy and you not a savage like them if you doing the right thing. And you know what's so sick about these Chicago politicians? It's the fact, it is the fact that they glorify the crime. You want to know why? Because they're negative as fuck them damn selves. Let me read the comments. Uh yeah. Make Chicago great again. I mean, obviously, you see where Trump is going with all this shit that he's doing. He's trying to make America great again. And they're trying to make Chicago great again. You know what? Chicago is filled up with a bunch of residents that have yet to address their generational curses within their families. And this shit is just a dark, it's like a real big dark cloud hovering over this city, man. It's just so much negativity, so much chaos, so many demons, so much crime. It don't even make no damn sense. And the more that that is here and it stays here and nothing is being done about it, because the pastors ain't gonna do shit, the preachers ain't gonna do shit. These people that get out here and protest and be the leaders of the protest, and I forgot what y'all call them, but they ain't gonna do shit. Ain't nobody gonna do shit. Nobody is ever going to understand that we need God, and we need to address. The more that y'all literally keep hiding the fact that we need to address parenting, the worse it's gonna become. The worse it's gonna become. Because a kid out here, they'll do some badass shit. When you need to go talk to their parents and you go knocking on the door, hey, your child, you don't have to get your child now. They out here, picking my flowers out and throwing them, and I just planted my garden. Parent gonna look at you like, if you don't get the fuck away from my door, yeah, that's how they do out here. That's exactly how they do out here. Or they'll be ready to kill your ass because you telling them something that their child did wrong. Um, ANJ, what's up? King, what's up? You said people getting recorded. Exactly. And you know another thing that's going on here in Chicago, all they do is record. And I get it, people record. But that shouldn't be normalized. It shouldn't be normalized to record someone dying, okay? You know, people watch so much TV that they believe that they are a television series. They believe that they are a movie. They believe that they can be movie directors. They always be in the comment sections like, the cameraman didn't fail us. We have faith in the cameraman. Like, why do you want to see this? Why do you want to see this? Why is it okay for the cameraman to do that? You know, that people be like, oh, the cameraman pissed me off the whole time because he kept twisting the camera. You see how people just get pissed off and angry because they can't look at some chaos, because they can't see no negative shit? They definitely, you know, they definitely need their fathers. And that's one of the biggest things that, and I can admit that, that's one of the biggest issues within the communities in Chicago, the fatherlessness. Seriously. Without the father in the household, without the father there in the household, what are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? What are the men doing though? And what, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. We are in 2025. Okay. So I know that a lot of men have been getting dogged now. It is literally the opposite way, because it's a lot of Jezebels out here. It's a lot of YTs, young thoughts, and old thoughts as well. It's a lot of them. And a lot of these females, man, they don't want to be a wife no more. They don't want to be a mother no more. All they want to do is open their legs up all day, every day. Let any and everybody slide up in it. What they got, the new little the what is that, the new trend with the let me in, you know what I'm saying, lifting their legs up and letting anybody in. Basically, they telling you to come on, baby. They telling you to come on in. You know, these females is so damn disgusting nowadays. It don't make no sense. That is the problem. Y'all too busy spreading your legs open instead of being mamas. You don't even want to be a mama no more. You don't want to be a wife. You not know how many females have told me they do not want to be a wife. What? Huh? What's up, Don? Joyce, what's up? Nobody thinks about views, bro. Cut it out. Um, exactly. Women are dressing with their hormones now. They wake up out the bed horny as ever. Like, let's be 100. That's the first thing that be on your mind. You don't even, so they don't even, and this is just the real truth. You don't even think about how great it is for you to be alive again. How you was able to have another chance at life. You just instantly, oh, let me get my toy, my rose. What the fuck? Like, and then the first thing you do is you tell your friends what you ain't had in a minute, you know? And they like, girl, let's go out today. Let's go out for breakfast. Let's go out for lunch. Let's go out for dinner. Let's go out. Let's go out. Let's go out. And you dress with your hormones. You dress with your hormones because soon as you go your ass and out for breakfast, wherever you go, you dress according to your hormones. And a lot of these females, they'll let anybody in. Anybody in. They don't give a damn. Long as you got a fat ass bankroll in the car. And long as you riding clean. Long as you're willing to feed their ass. What kills me too. Let me say this. It be the females that live in the projects. It's the females that, matter of fact, I don't want to come down on anybody, nobody that lives in low income Section 8 or the projects. But you do have females that they standards are so damn high for a man. But when you look at them and you look at their household and you look at the way that they act, and you look and you like, nah, you don't deserve to be treated like a wife. You don't deserve to. And see, the problem is a lot of these guys out here is literally feed. They giving them the money. They taking them the fact. She a thought. You know it. You know that all she want to do is have your child, and then there you go. You see how that work out? You see, get Cashmere out. You see how that work out? It's like, if all you think about is sex, that's always the first thing on your mind. Then you dress according to your hormones, and you willing to let anybody and everybody hit. And then you want to have the baby by a ninja that got a lot of money. When you get pregnant by him and you give birth to his child, that's going to be a very toxic ass relationship. Very toxic. And what is it going to do? It's going to create you as a bad parent, because you're not going to want to be, a mother unless he's involved. And plus, you're going to want to still do your dirt. But look how it worked out, because he's not in the picture. That's the problem. Toxic ass baby mama, baby daddy drama, toxic parenting, toxic all the way around, toxicity all throughout the city of Chicago. Just toxic, toxic, toxic. Shout out to Queen. Oh man. Husband said it best. He said the people in this world is evil and horny. Tell me, hey, for real. You ain't lying. You was not lying. That's all they care about is money, being wicked, being petty as hell, and sex. Real talk. Sex. Sex. I know YouTube probably gonna cut me off. They gonna block me and everything because I'm talking about the SE. Sex. Like, what the you know what? This is what kills me with YouTube too. All you see is sexual things all over the internet, everywhere. But if I'm talking about it, and I'm talking about it in a real, like having a real dialogue about sex and what goes on in the world nowadays, they want to cut me off and block me and try to say that I'm talking about sexually explicit content. Like, how? How? And this is all y'all show all over the internet. Shout out to Queen though. Exactly. You say, long as you got at least 500, you good, and dudes be making it worse. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They make it worse giving it to them. They taking them to fast star restaurants. They doing this for the how is you this is my thing. This boy, I'm telling y'all, these Chicago ninjas, they minds is messed up too. Because you know what they do? Soon as they see a female with a big old butt and some wide hips and a flat stomach and a big chest and tight ass pants, and she just looked like a Jezebel, uh they going, they on go straight up. So they gonna take out a fat ass bankroll. They're gonna take her to fine dining and wine and all type of shit. They're gonna make her fall in love. You're gonna treat her like she your wife, she your queen. And then you're gonna smash. And and then when she tells you she's pregnant, then what? What are you gonna do? Abandon the child? Like, yeah, of course. That's all they do, for real. They abandon the kids, and it's like, yeah, I ain't trying to be with her, I wanna be with her and shit. Bitch crazy as hell. I mean, you what the fuck you mean? How is she crazy and you made her fall in love? And she really fell in love with your money because, you was taking her to five-star restaurants and stuff. That's all she wanted you to do. Now she went back to her crib in O Block. King AJ, I don't know what you mean. But I'm just saying. And that's all you see. And then you know what kills me? It's the females that they be dirty as hell. Like they cribs be nasty as ever, dirty as ever. Kids be running around with big ass saggy diapers on floor, disgusting as ever. But they just have high standards when it comes down to a man. You have to have a six-figure income. Oh, by the way, she's making an hourly she's making $19 an hour. She got 3 kids, none of the baby daddies in their life. She just a bad bitch for you. Yeah. She got all the latest fashion in her closet, but her crib is nasty. And these the females that be having high standards. You ain't got no money. Like, what the fuck? What do you have? What do you have? You broke as hell, broke bitch. Brokey vibes. Hell no, this is crazy, man. And this is an ass backwards ass world. Because how come a man can't have high standards for a woman, but she can have high standards for him? You know, now he pulling out a fat ass bankroll and spending it all on her, taking her to buy the latest Prada glasses and Gucci and all type of stuff. How is you treating this chick like a wife and you just met her? You just met her. For real. Boy, bad. You cannot have no baby mamas. I am not finna be another baby mama. And knowing damn well you cut it out. You know you do. So this was wrong with Chicago though, y'all. This is exactly how they act. This is how they talk. You know, these are things. Oh my God, man! It just really amazes me how it be the audacity. You know, the audacity. It's like, and I'm really explaining to y'all also why the crime rate is so high. It's because of shit like this. It's the stuff that they do. You know, they meet you at the club, they meet the female at the club, and then the next morning they taking her out to a 5-star restaurant, treating her like a wife, spending that money on her. But he living in his grandma's basement. He drive a SRT though, you know, living in his granny basement, driving an SRT, trapping, making hella money, you know, doing fraud, scamming, whatever. And some of them do be having real jobs. You know, they still be trapping though. And they just be making babies. That's all they do. You know, they see a bad chick and they make a baby. See a bad chick, make another baby. See a bad chick, make another baby. But where they be at? Not in their kids' life. They back out here doing it again. And it's just sad how these little young YNs, they be having like 4 different baby mamas. How the hell you 16 with 4 baby mamas? Damn. And then they moms and dads allow it. I don't understand. Make a baby, go to prison. Exactly, Douglas. What's up, Riri? Make a baby, go to prison. Facts. Facts. Yeah. So I want to show y'all how we have the best, we have had some of the best Chicago politicians. We cannot deny this, guys. Clap it. Let's clap it up for Lori Lightfoot and Durkio, y'all. Wow, this is such, man, this is just such an amazing thing. This is exactly why the crime rate is, hmm, hmm. Make a baby, chase money. Right, Lori? And it's just sad, man. This is exactly what. So this is what they do behind the scenes, y'all. It's exposed. Real talk. It's exposed. This is what these Chicago politicians do. You know, long as these drill rappers bringing in some money, they gonna take pictures with you. They gonna shout you out. They gonna be at your events. You know, long as you got that money. It's all about the Benjamins, man. It's all about the Benjamins. And so they gonna do you a favor. And they gonna keep the crime rate up. Hell no. You gotta be kidding me. So, you know, the more that the toxicity is glorified here in Chicago and the crimes and I mean, you can't even tell me that it's not glorified. Real talk. Because explain to me, why do you see the little YNs on the internet, on Facebook, on Instagram, posting pictures of their homie that they used to run with that committed all type of crimes? He posting pictures of his homie now because his homie locked up. So he like, free my homie Scootle. Like, You know, damn, you talking about free my homie Scooter. Why free him so he can commit more crimes? Man, yeah. 10 years down, 9 more to go. Well, shit, it sound like he gonna be in there for another 9 years. What you gonna do with your life for the next 9 years? You gonna be waiting on him to get out so he can commit more crimes with you, or is you gonna be in there in another year right along with his ass? Uh, can you get that last person up out of here? And that's all they do. They be like, free my homie, free my brother, free my homie, free sis. She ain't do nothing. Let's be 100, man. Sometimes it do be like that. Sometimes the police just be messing with people. And we do know that we have some corrupt folks out here, so they do corrupt things, but honestly, a lot of these crimes is committed by young young kids, young teenagers, you know, 20 plus year olds committing crimes. Oh, my bad, 60 plus year olds. They breaking in cribs, they breaking in stores, you know. Yeah, free the innocent people that's innocent. Real talk. You said freedom innocent people who aren't even innocent. Make it make sense though. Crime is glorified. And then they get on the internet and they brag about it. And they be like, yeah, we slid on them niggas. Like, but you don't snitch though. That's the thing. You don't snitch, but you bragging about your crimes though that you've committed. Exactly. Like, pop out. They be on live and everything. All right, we finna slide. We finna slide. That's the problem. Ninjas be sliding. That's the issue. Another issue is the fact that we can't even get along in our own communities, because when we go to stores and we go to gas stations and things like that, we mean mug each other, and we looking at each other like looking down on one another, like, oh, you ain't got nothing. Bro, we are in the trenches. What do you mean? We all in this shit. We all live in the trenches. So how are you trying to compete with me because you drive a fast car and I got a putt putt? I'm just saying, for example, it's like this is exactly how we be out here. Uh, decent five. Yes, we do live in Chicago. Yeah, I went live yesterday for 3 hours, but in the beginning of the stream, I was talking about I show speed. I was actually showing them him live and how he did. Like, I mean, you know, that's another topic for another day. But the fact that he came out here, um, he had the ability to really bring people together and stuff like that. People of Chicago, but it just really put Chicago in a chaotic situation again. It's already chaos going on out here because you got these protests and stuff like that. People marching and protesting like it's really gonna do something. Um, they want ICE gone, they want the National Guards gone and stuff. So for him to just like come out here, man, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like he was sent. He was sent, and I know that he's doing a streaming where he's going around, the different cities and stuff like that. But we gotta really think about it. I Show Speed is a high ranking YouTube streamer. Content. He's loved by many. In every country he goes, they love this man. He's a millionaire pretty much, very young and rich. So he can do anything he wants. He gets anything he wants. And that's bad for a 20-year-old because he has no fucking discipline, obviously. And most importantly, bro is very, very zesty. Okay. He needs to seek help. And obviously he don't like women. Women don't like him back. It's just, you act weird, bro. Let's be 100. You act weird as hell. And the fact you talking about he had the city on lock. I mean, if anything, he brought out the zestiness and a lot of the YNs that was out there running behind him and shit. Yes. Yes. you know. Right, I know he doing a tour. But you got to think about it with everything that's so look, let me talk to the people real quick. You said he's living his life. Why are you hating on him? I don't have no hate in my heart for Asho Speed. I don't hate Speed, dude, whatever. Like, come on, bro. Come on. I'm speaking on the fact I have an opinion, and I'm speaking on the fact that he came here to our city, to Chicago yesterday. And see, I always look at things from another angle. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. I look at everything from another angle. Plus, I did a little research on him. I ain't even really know who this dude was. Like, real talk, I found out who he was like 2 years ago, but I ain't never pay him no attention because, I mean, he just didn't interest me. He was, to me, I didn't like his content. It was something I just didn't like. You know, we all have content that we like, content that we don't like, and I preferred not to watch him, so I wanted him out of my algorithm, honestly. But you know, I do appreciate that, you know, one thing I do, what I can say that I do like about Asho Speed is the fact that he acknowledges his fans. You know, he acknowledges his fans. He takes, because a lot of celebrities don't do that. You know, so he take pictures with them and stuff like that. He respects them, so I can say that. But you know, um I look at everything from a whole nother angle, and I'm looking at why did he decide to do these tours in these big cities while all of this stuff is going on. And he's a high ranking YouTube streamer. He's really pretty much to say he's a celebrity. He's well known, you know. They all know him all across the country, all across the world. They know him. So everywhere he goes, he gets love. I'm not talking down on that. I'm just saying that, you know, I don't, it's something off about that, you know. And most importantly, I'm not going to shy away from the fact that bro is zesty, man. Let's stop ignoring the fact that he's interlocking fingers with what's his name? What's dude name? Aiden Ross. They holding hands together. You know, no, I just me personally, I don't like that in the closet ass shit. I just don't like that, and I really hate when guys, you know, they, man. I mean that to me that's GAY. That's rainbow community type shit. Rand. Let's be 100. Rainbow community type shit. Anytime you can interlock your fingers with another man, okay, you sitting on another man's lap. You know, you doing all type of zesty, questionable things. And anytime a person has to say that's sus, bro, you're GAY, bro. Yes, you are. You are. And that's just real men don't do shit like that. Real men do not do stuff like that. And it's the fact that people literally still they ignore that. They ignore it, you know, and they okay with that. Anytime a celebrity has to do anything for the views, you know, cause I seen one of the streams that he did a while ago with a trans, you know what I'm saying, a transformer, and and it was sick. It was very sick, and I'm like, bro, just say it. And you coming out of, you always got your shirt off around Aiden. Uh, all right, we're gonna call a spade a spade. You like men, all right, and you in the closet, bruh. Real talk. And it's the fact that the things that he has done has had a heavy influence on our young black men. Our young black men, our young teenagers, they do the dances like him, they act like him, and everybody is normalizing that type of behavior. Real talk. And I really dislike it because you know it's just bad for the younger generation. You know, they're going to be so used to men being effeminate, they're going to be very used to that, and they're not going to be used to masculinity. All they see, I mean, when I see the little boys out here nowadays, you know, no disrespect to anybody's child, no disrespect, but obviously, I'm gonna just say you could tell that they're being raised by a woman. You know, the father is not in the household, because a lot of these young little boys, they act like girls. They do girl things. Let me go to the comments. What's up, free man? What's up? Right, and he's even ain't no real man about to agree to say, yeah, I'm gonna just say that I'm GAY and there's millions of people watching. You know, even though I'm not and I'm straight and they know that I'm straight, I'm just gonna say I'm GAY for the views, and I'm gonna keep doing zesty behavior. Uh, uh, uh. I'm gonna keep showing zesty behavior to the people, all for the view. Like, ain't no real man about to do nothing like that. A man that like women, he ain't about to do that. I mean, if you go to the beginning of my live stream, I said that people are entitled to their own opinion. You know, you said you watched him since he blew up, and that's what's up. We all follow who we follow, you know, on YouTube. We follow who we follow on these sites or whatnot, but I'm just saying, I was just basically saying overall that I look at it from a totally different angle, and I really wanted to know what is the real agenda as to why I Show Speed came out here to Chicago while all of this stuff is already going on. And on top of that, you know, he's traveling around to different cities. I get it, it might be a tour in everybody else's eyes, but it might be something a lot more deeper. Real talk. Real talk. You know, because when he came, it was chaotic. Just be one. If you go to his live stream, you will see the chaos that it has caused, that it has stirred up. You know, I really feel like sometimes they do pay these content creators. I really do feel like they pay these celebrities a certain amount of money, uh and they use them. They use them for their agenda. Real talk. Uh, what's L? Maybe I'm lost right now. So, right, right, lost generation. Free man says some people excuse on behalf of others that they continue to what they do. Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. The generations, because even the older generation is you know, horrible. Honestly, majority of the older generation, they horrible, because these generational curses can be broken, but they decide to keep them going. And this is what's fucking the city up. Cause you got the you got the grandparents that don't want to be grandparents anymore. Mothers and fathers don't want to be mothers and fathers. So who's gonna guide these younger children? Who's gonna guide them? They need guidance. This is why they look to the streets and they look on social media, because they know that the internet is gonna help them. That's sad. For real. Okay. Mr. Kane says this world is filled with all generations, and to be honest, everybody is exactly. Uh, you said, I mean, he has he has an opportunity to change. I'm gonna just say that. Asho Speed has times and chances just like anybody else do. And you can tell honestly when I look in this dude eyes, he look like he just want to stop. He look like he want to stop this lifestyle, but it's too fun to him, and he just don't want to. And you got a lot of people out here like that, and the end result is what? Either dead or in jail behind bars. Uh, Look at Lil Durk. Oh no, I'm good. Ren, I'm good. I would rather not. Um, said, what background knowledge do you know about him? Uh, just I don't really. So like, I did a little bit of research on him yesterday. Um, and I don't want to make this live stream based off of actual speed, but I mean, I didn't. I learned that he was a YouTube streamer. He started when he was 11, very young. Um, you know, right? He was going viral for twerking and stuff, bouncing around like a little girl. And that's my thing. It's like that told you everything you need to know about me because I don't know about your favorite celebrity, I show speed. I mean, anyway, I'm off of that because I don't even want to keep talking about dude, man. You love him, you like it. Hey, you like what he do, you like his content, you like him bouncing around and interlocking fingers with other men and the zesty behaviors and things like that. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm just you like his content. Okay. Man, free mind, tell me about it. I don't know, man. People is crazy, bro. People is crazy. You that exactly. Exactly that. Let me read this comment. He says, why are people scared to hold accountability to the people destroying the community? I don't get it. And then they cry later on for help while the solution was in their hand. Come on, man. Come on, bro. That's my thing, man. We know that the things that he does is actually ungodly. Um, a lot of these celebrities, their god name is Shekinah. Okay, R.I.P. Stephen Darby, and that's their god. That's their god, and they choose to do things according to what their god told them to do. Okay, these celebrities are going to have to go through some heavy repentance for the things that they're doing and the chaos that they have put up on this world. Trust and believe me. Yeah. So uh he caused a lot of problems within the black community. Matter of fact, uh different cultures. Within different cultures, he's caused issues just like other celebrities as well. Just like other celebrities has as well. That's the issue. And with the help of these celebrities, crime rates will still be able to skyrocket. You know, the black culture will continue to still have hate amongst one another. There will still be racism. There will still be selfishness, and we're gonna get to that. Oh, we gotta get to the selfishness. Chicago is, I don't know, man. I haven't heard any updates either about Chicago getting better, you know. Cause so far they got ICE out here snatching up the illegals. I still hear helicopters flying around at nighttime and gunshots letting off and police sirens and things like that. So still ain't nothing changed. You said, I think people are scared to be judged by others for holding accountability to others. Exactly. Yeah. You know, that's the problem, man. That's the problem with this world. They don't want to be themselves either because they're afraid of the judgment from other people. That's why you got females that don't want to wear their regular wear their regular face because they smack makeup on it every single day because they're afraid of the judgment from the world. They don't want to wear their real natural hair because they're afraid of the judgment from the world. And vice versa, it goes the same way for these men out here. They just don't want to be less fortunate because they're afraid of the judgment of the world. Um Ren, we not about to keep talking about our show speed because you gotta understand something, ma'am or sir. First and foremost, there's other celebrities out here that does worse than him. Okay. And the issue is that a lot of these celebrities are very negative, chaotic figures, and a lot of people are highly influenced off of the bad things that they do. You know, because if they were to show the world as how great they are as people, I'm gonna be honest with you, the rest of the world would be peaceful and great as well because they influenced by the celebrities. What's up, Unseen? You said it's NLE ungodly. I don't know. I don't listen to him. Uh, the topic is below, y'all. It's pinned below. Yep. Um, give me a second, y'all. Freeman says at this point, I don't know what black people want. It is hard to make the. Come on, bruh. Come on, I mean, we are a lost ass culture of people. I mean, we really don't know if we coming or going. We listen to everything everybody else say. We're really followers. We sit up here and we worship other figures and other people, and we put no trust in the most high God. We have no faith in God. Um, you know, we idolize ourselves at the same time. Black folks, we hate our children, and I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the black people. We, the black people. This generation of black people. I'm gonna be honest with you. We're in the end times. So it literally don't matter which generation it is. It is just the black culture. It's just messed up. Um, you said Unseen says people afraid to show who they are. It is hard to be yourself when you don't. Look, I was talking to my husband about this earlier. I said, you know what's so crazy? I have only had two people in my life that has allowed me to be myself, that didn't clown me for being myself. And that is my husband and another friend that another old friend of mine from a long time ago. They were the only two people in my life that allowed me to be myself without being judgmental of who I like. How you gonna judge me for me being myself though? And then when I look back on those times, I'm like, man, that's sad because when you can tell when authenticity started to be a problem. It really started to be a problem when social media came into play, to be honest. And like once social media came into play, people just was hell bent on competition. Everybody wants to compete with each other. Um you said most people don't even know themselves, so they worship and defend people that they would never know. You know, it's okay, Ren. We got you. We got you, Ren. Yeah, we had to get Ren up out of here because they're being a complete distraction to the live stream now at this point. Um, so my thing is the longer that there is excuses made in the black culture, the longer that there's excuses continuously being made, the worse we will become. The worse we will become. And I feel like, the fact that it is getting to the point where people are not human anymore because they have like no compassion anymore. They really don't have emotions anymore. People just care so much about themselves. And when I say that, I say like materialistic wise, money wise. They don't care about themselves so much that they love themselves. The problem is they care about what they can do for themselves. They want to make sure they can do enough for themselves so they won't have to do anything for you. They don't want you to get in between them and their money. Real talk. And the longer that we stay that way, the worse we will become. And people need to really acknowledge that the issue is the fact that the black community is obsessed with money, and we love money. People need to understand money isn't evil. Money, for the love of money, is the root of all evil. And when you continue to love and idolize a piece of paper or something that's digital, you ain't gonna think about helping nobody else. You ain't gonna want to care. You ain't gonna want to even care about helping anybody else. You said, I would say that social media made it easier to pretend, adding another layer of defense to who we are not. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, it did. It made it easier for, and you know what? You know what's crazy? I remember once upon a time in high school, back in high school or back in elementary school, you had the lames that was they call them the lames because the people that don't have friends, they're smart, they get straight A's, they dress weird and stuff like that, and they just sit at the table alone by themselves or with other people just like them. I remember once upon a time there was different like groups and stuff like that, and you would get judged for being a certain way if you didn't run just like the rest of the school, like if you didn't dress like them, and you more so stood out and you were your own person, you were labeled as a lame, and everybody would tease you for that, or you would just have problems in school just because you decided to be yourself. But now it got to the point where, like, when social media came into play, like Unseen said, it was easier, much more easier for people to pretend to be somebody that they're not, or just simply feel like they don't have to be judged for being who they are. And that's how it is now. It's like social media makes everybody feel comfortable in their skin. Because I remember once upon a time when a lot of people had a lot of insecurities. The whole world was pretty much insecure. Now everybody stands strong and tall with their chin lifted, and they just got so much confidence, so much pride at the same time. And let's be honest, you see obese women out here wearing half tops and little booty shorts, and I'm talking 400-pound women, 400, 500-pound women. You got motherfuckers on here doing mukbangs and overweight, and they're getting glorified by the audiences on social media. You know, these females dressing with half tops on and they like 500 pounds, and they got rolls hanging all out and stuff like that. I don't want to hear nobody talking about, oh, that was so mean. I mean, what the hell was she thinking when she decided to put on a half top and put on some little small little booty shorts and all that fat hanging out, and she decided to show it off and pop and twerk her big ass online? So she didn't care about herself when she did that, you know. So those are the type of women that I'm talking about, but they get glorified. The world glorifies that behavior. And when you read the comments, you see other women saying, okay, boo, you look so good. That is so cute. And you know what's so dangerous about social media? You never know anyone's true, real intentions, because nobody is really authentic anymore. Y'all got to understand that. When social media came into play, everybody started to become extremely fake. They presented themselves as someone that they're not. They presented themselves as someone that they're not, someone that they'll never be. Okay? So just because a person, just because you get your 500-pound self online and you dressing all disgusting and you showing how you're also a Jezebel as well, and the whole world is glorifying that, it doesn't mean that they actually really love you. It doesn't really mean that they love your clothes and they love your hair and they love your body and they love your weight. It doesn't mean that, man. They live with hate in their hearts, and they just be really laughing as they typing, laughing at you. You are a laughing matter to them, and people don't get it. They don't understand. They just do stuff people don't feel comfortable in their own bodies because they feel comfortable in their own bodies. They feel comfortable in their own bodies because the world is validating it for them. You know? That's the thing. They need validation from the world. So with all of the people hyping you up and glorifying it, with all the people, you know, telling you that you look good if you wear a little, if your back with your back hanging out. I mean, there was this one content creator, man. It was so sad. Because you know that if you one of those people out the bunch with common sense and you type in the comment section and you say, man, what's so sad about this world nowadays is the fact that the person that made the video really feels like this is real genuine love in the comment section. Everybody is going to come for you and they're going to attack you because you're the one with common sense. And you just trying to really let the person know, like, man, these people really clowning you. But they don't care because they need validation. Same thing with these people that get online and they embarrass themselves doing dumb stuff. They do it because the world is hyping them up. What the comment section say? Um, no, I got ran up out of here. Freeman says hip hop kidnapped black community mindset. Even hip hop started for black movement. The gangster kidnapped the movement, turned into hell. Yep. You know, shout out to Ice Cube for starting it all. Real shit. You know, Ice Cube he don't even know what he did, man. He put a stamp on it. Him and his little crew. What was it? NWA back then. Fuck the police. And from there they turned it up a notch. Talking about microwave rotisserie chicken. Um Yeah, you says they validate them for a moment. After a while yep, exactly. And see, that's my thing. And that's the you know what? That's another thing with these different trends and stuff like that. That's all over TikTok. That's all on YouTube or whatnot. Other social media platforms. The latest trends. Have y'all realized how it went from a trend that will last like 1 to 2 months? It's to the point where you so tired of hearing it. You just every time you scrolling through your algorithm, you just keep hearing the same damn song and looking at the same dance for like 2 months, right? And then as time goes on, it speeds up. It speeds up. It's like it's to the point where you can't keep up with all of the latest trends because it's so many different trends that keeps coming out and piling on top of one another. And these young people, they getting this stuff down pack, you know, within a matter of a couple hours, they know how to do the latest dance. And they know how to do about 10 of them. And see, what people got to understand too is these dances that they're doing it's summoning. If I said it right, summoning. Damn, y'all forgive me. But y'all know what I mean. Like the dances that they're doing it, they conjuring up demons, man. They conjuring up demons. The thing is, right, these trends that's happening back to back to back to back to back is really showing you. It's really showing you that how the world is moving at such a fast rate. Everything is happening extremely fast, bro. Think about it. Remember, not too long ago, in the beginning of the year, the planes was falling out the sky. The drones was seen. The UFOs was seen. What happened with that? Oh, y'all want to know what's crazy? They normalized it already. So when me and my husband go out at night, when we look up at the sky, what do we see? Drones flying all over our crib. Now I remember when it first started happening in the beginning of this year, we didn't see any drones. I was one of the ones that was like, I've never seen a drone. I don't see drones. But everybody just kept talking about it, and then the topic went away. What happened to that? And how long did it take that topic to go away, y'all? Before they came out with something else. You don't see how they're able to distract the people and just keep their minds going on different things and this going on in the world and that going on in the world and this dance that came out and that song that came out and this celebrity that got locked up and this celebrity that died. And remember when everybody was just talking about Malcolm Jamal Warner and how, his death, they was talking about his death. What happened with that? Nobody's talking about that anymore. Remember how everybody was talking about the war with Iran and Israel? Nobody's talking about that anymore. Remember how they was just talking about a school shooting? Ain't nobody talking about that no more. So if y'all get what I'm saying, I'm not about to name every single thing. It seems like it's just moving fast, steady moving, different topics, different situations, different things that's going on, different trends. Just it's like this. The world was spinning like this at one point. It was like this. And now we in 2025. 2024 was like this, and 2025 is like this. So imagine 2026. Imagine 2027. Y'all got me looking crazy as hell doing that. But I'm really trying to show y'all that it's just really speeding up. And I was just talking to my husband about this. I'm like, man, look, I can't keep up with all the latest stuff that's going. I mean, it has gotten to the point where I can't keep up with all this different stuff that's going on back to back. The thing is, they still want to keep your mind wondering on everything else other than yourself. That's the thing. They want to keep you distracted. See, the thing is, they don't want the people to wake up. They don't want y'all woke. So the best way for them to make sure the people are not woke is by coming out with these different things on top of one another. It's to the point where they're gonna make you keep up with it. All right, because they know that your face is gonna be in your phone all the time. They know that you're never gonna dedicate that time to yourself, and that you're never gonna look for a change within yourself because you don't believe that you need the change. You don't think you need the change. You don't think that change is needed at all. You worried about what's going on over here, over here, over here, over there. And that's all they needed to do. Get Charlie out of here. Right. Um, right. Celebrating the holidays is the same as the demonic dances. And that's another thing too. The world goes mad and the world grows even colder the closer that it gets to another pagan holiday. The closer that it gets to another holiday, and how they know that people are prepping up to be in a holiday spirit. I look outside my door, out my windows, and I look at my neighbors' homes, and they are ready. They are ready and they are prepared for October 31st to come. They already got their little clowns and stuff hanging up in the windows, and the little scarecrows and the pumpkins, and like, come on, man, this is just crazy. That's the thing. People be ready. I was walking past somebody's house the other day, and they had one of those tall blow up monsters sitting in their yard already. They are ready, y'all. People ready. They want the holidays to come. People get so bored and angry and upset when there is nothing to celebrate. They need something to celebrate. And without a celebration, they're nothing and nobody. So that's why they go to social media and they be in their phones all day. They never have time for themselves. The only time that they have for themselves is to go to sleep, wake up, wash their ass, take a shit, eat some food. That's it. Nobody sits and thinks to themselves, man, today I need to change. Today is the day for a change. It's time for a change. I got to change this about myself. I got to not change your hair, not change your lipstick, not change the way that your dreads is looking, not change the shoes and the clothes I'm talking about change from within, change. Nobody wants to do that. This decent vibe, you said how you say black people can't get along, then in the same sentence call speed zesty. Because I call it how I see it. And we black people, we still can't get along. And the problem is you got a lot of these celebrities coming out here making it a lot worse, you know? Exactly, free man. Israel and Palestinian forgotten easily. Yep. 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 Right. Idol worshiping. They love speed. They love him. And they don't want me to say anything bad about him, even if it's respectfully at the same time, even if I'm just stating the obvious, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot. A lot of people, they're blinded. They don't see what I see. You know what? Y'all know what? Maybe I was wrong because y'all are the ones that's blinded and I'm not. And you don't see what I see. And even if you do see what I see, you keep the blindfold on and you still love what he do. Still. And you know what's sad? It be so-called straight men that like women that see that this ninja is in the closet and zesty is I don't know what, and they still like him. They still like him. You see the things that he do. You see he interlocking fingers with another man sitting on another man's lap. He do some of the most craziest, zestiest things in the world, and yet and still y'all follow up behind him. And I'm done talking about Speed now. I'm not finna keep. I'm not, because y'all act like he's the only celebrity that's like that. Let's be 100. Every damn celebrity that you can think of that is in the industry, that is a part of the industry, is in the closet. And don't make me start naming them, because every damn celebrity is. Every last one of them is. They had to go through that door, man, before they got to that point. Real talk. Ain't none of, don't and even the ones that do live with God, and that did or does live with God in their hearts, they got a high target on their back. They walking targets. They gotta hide. They gotta keep quiet. You know, they can't be seen, or some of them are already dead and gone. And you got the celebrities out here that just, they making it worse. They doing things that they, because they know that the people are gullible. You know what's so bad about this society now that we live in 2025? It's the fact that it's easy as hell. It's easy as hell to make a person believe everything that you say. Just like, it's just that easy. It's just, see, people don't never, the thing is, people don't think for themselves, you know? And these celebrities know that. These politicians know that. These overall famous rich people, they know that. They know that people believe anything that they see, anything that you tell them. And that's the most dangerous part about this world. I mean, you got to think about it. Look at these people that's content creators, the example I was just giving about these obese content creators that's putting on these half tops and little shorts and stuff. They really believe that people love them, man. Uh, Read the comments. Yeah. Freeman says very, very scary the times that we living in. I feel something is coming. I don't know if it was me or, oh my, Freeman. Freeman. I gotta address this comment real quick, y'all. I am so glad. Shout out to Freeman, y'all. I am so glad that Freeman really said this. This is 1000% true. Let me read your comment again. It is very, very scary the times that we are living in. I feel something is coming. I don't know if it was me, or if it is just me, or if everybody else is feeling the same. So I was telling my husband, I was literally talking to him about this last night. And I told him, I said, the fact that everything is steady happening, the system is falling into pieces right in front of our very eyes. Things are getting defunded. The military is coming out here. We seeing drones, helicopters. Let's not forget about the planes that was falling out the sky. Now you got cracks opening up in places that they're not opening up in. Nature is just showing us, you know what I'm saying, already. The weather is crazy. You know, trends is going like this. Everything is moving at a fast rate. People, their hearts are turning extremely cold. Nobody has any more compassion left in them. Everybody is turning extremely selfish. Family turning on each other. You know, all different types of things. And I told him, I said, man, I can feel it. I feel like we are in the very end of the times, and the 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 clock is ticking, man. It's ticking, and at any given second, it can happen. At any given second, you know. And I just feel like, you know, we need to spend more time getting ourselves together and prepare for that moment. Seriously. Because it's coming. And I know it is. And I can't tell you exactly what it is, but it's something that we really need to be prepared for. Seriously. And let's just be honest. It's the very end of times. Since I'm not trying to put fear into nobody, but I shouldn't even be able to, because we shouldn't fear anything but the Most High. Fear anything or anyone but the Most High God. And I feel like we should really spend time and focus in on changing, and that's what I have been focused on myself, because let's be honest, we got our flaws, and this what I want y'all to do as the people. Sit back, just take some time to yourself. Remove your phone, remove the television, remove your laptop, remove any screens. And hell, remove your children for right now. And just take some time out to yourself. Maybe sit in a tub, take you a bath, and just sit there and relax and think. Think about your flaws that you need to work on. And think about all of the things that you overcame. And I feel like people should really take time out of their day every day to just keep the screen away from them and just be able to think, because that's where it starts. The minute that you're able to think finally, and the minute that it clicks in your mind and you like, man, what, I need to change myself, man. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to be like this. I need to be like that, in a good way. I just feel like change matters right now. Change. I keep saying it because I know that it does. How do you want to spend the rest of your days? Do you want to spend the rest of your days worshiping idols, doing the wrong thing? Do you? I don't know how many people really feel and believe that it is okay to lead this earth in a worse way. I don't want to. Real talk. I'm gonna read the comments. Let's see. We have Shy. What's up, Shy? Um who's in the closet? Mr. Kane is actually my husband, Shy, so you wrong right there. That's what's up, King. King. I wish I was in the country, my damn Shy, how? Nah. Well, number one, I don't run with the rainbow community. I am straight as I don't even know what. Straight. I got a husband, all of that. So I'm not interested in women, and just because I was talking about a celebrity in his zesty ways does not indicate that I want to be with a woman. Chance, what's up? Right, I don't understand if they serious or they trolling either. You know? But I mean, if you are a troll, you will be getting removed and blocked, though, to be honest. If you can't stay on topic, you definitely gonna get removed and blocked, just to let you know. We living in some very selfish times, y'all. 2025. What the hell has happened to the people? What has happened to the people over the years since the CV-19 situation happened? Everybody has changed. And I'm grateful for it. I'm very grateful that it has shown me people's true intentions. Because before that even happened, everybody just they was hiding underneath a mask the whole time. And 2020 helped you to find your true self. Even though that's still really not your true self, you know? Your true authentic self is gone. It left you a long time ago. And a lot of people just, they want to stay stuck in that mindset. And that's sad. And they don't want change. Change doesn't even matter. The selfishness in people has really came from the fact that people want and they love and they crave money. It's to the point where they will overwork themselves. They will be a slave to the system as long as they can show everybody on the internet what all they got, because they work like a slave. They don't want to help the needy. They don't want to help the people that's in need, the people that really and truly need help. You got people that will rather go to the casino and gamble their money away than help people that really need help. You got people that will sit and watch you struggle and not help you. And they feel like my husband said earlier in his live stream, giving you $5 here and there in little small increments is gonna help you. If you call up a person because they the ones that told you to call them whenever you need them, so that's exactly what you did. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Because Craig, Mississippi was in here yesterday. And there was a lot of things that was said that was very questionable. And I don't want to have to question anything. You just, the questions that you ask is just so, I don't know, man. You said some people, they can't differentiate the seriousness or a joke trying to get attention, but they don't know how. Exactly. Exactly. You know, they don't know how because they know they need to get themselves together and they want to stay relevant. And the best way for them to stay relevant is through cracking the worst jokes. You know, they crack the worst jokes for attention. Like you said, they don't even know who the hell they is. They damn selves. Like they don't know who they are. They just want attention. Why is it that the whole world wants attention? Like a bunch of little kids, a bunch of babies. Everybody wants attention. Everybody want to be famous. That's the problem. That's why you look past those that really need help because you want attention just like the next person that want attention. But it's this person over here that really need help. And you look at them and you judge them because they need help, bro. In 2025, people will judge you for needing help. People will judge you for struggling, bro. They'll try to say there's no excuse. You should have been able to do this. You should have been able to do that. You know, because they're doing it. So they believe that you should be able to do it. You know, I ain't never know that it was going to get to a point where people feel like live your life like mine and you'll be all right. They want you to be like them. That's the thing. You cannot be yourself in 2025. You can't. You can't go in your own direction in 2025. You will get judged for that. You will get judged for being yourself. You will get judged for asking for help. Your own friends, own family, they won't even help you. They'll watch you struggle. And then they'll complain to you about you struggling while they watch you struggle. Um, right. So they complain about you struggling. They complain about you. So this is my thing too, right? I want y'all to go to my video where I said all help and good help. I think I made this video like 3 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. All help and good help. You want to know why? Because people don't pay attention to the help that they receive. You just feel like, oh, I asked this person for help, so hopefully they'll help me. You're not even thinking about the way that they'll help you, because it's gonna fly right over your head once they do help you. You're not even thinking about their actions when they helping you. You just want the help. I don't accept bad help. And when I say bad help, I mean, if you got an attitude and you're helping me at the same time with an attitude, I don't want that. That ain't good help. People let that fly right over their head, right? People would see a person has an attitude. You would tell that a person is completely unmotivated to help you, but they're forcing themselves to help you. And some people, they do the, oh man, I'm finna go ahead and help this person because I know something good gonna happen for me. I mean, you're not doing that out the kindness of your heart. You just helping them because you believe that something good is gonna happen for you if you help the next person. And that's not real help. And you gotta pay attention to a person's actions when they decide that they do want to help you, man. You really gotta pay attention. A lot of people keep letting it fly right over their head. You know, through my journey of being homeless for 2.5 years, I had learned so much within that amount of time about help, about people, about selfishness, about, uh no I'm gonna be honest with you. Ever since 2020, a lot of people started to change for the worse, to be honest. They started to show that they have no type of compassion. They started to show that they'll help you, but to a certain extent, because their help will be exhausted. Because even when they see you trying, you're not trying hard enough. And it's like they want you to run the race with them. They want you to catch up with them. You moving too slow. You need to get straight to work and you need to live your life just like them. And then they look down on you because you sleeping in your car. They look down on you because you don't have a job. No matter what led you to that situation, they don't care. They just feel like you ain't trying hard enough. And see, my thing is, why do y'all keep fake and halfway helping people? You do know when there's a person that's homeless, you do know it costs to be homeless, right? You can't even be homeless in peace because it costs. It costs to be homeless. You can't be homeless in peace, man. Because unless you just been homeless damn near your whole life, you ain't got no bills or nothing. You just homeless. You know what I'm saying? But if you came from a situation where you did have something once upon a time and now you homeless, it costs, okay? And people need more than just a little bit of a helping hand. And when I say that, if you really gonna help somebody that's homeless, first things first, they need stability. And when I say stability, they need housing. They need help with being able to have a bed to sleep in, a damn a sink to wash their ass in, a tub to take a shower in, whatever, and a toilet to use the bathroom. They need some food as well. You People feel like, for instance, people feel like when you ask them for help and they give you $10, that's gonna help you out your situation. Then when you come asking them again, like, man, please, I really need some help. I just gave you $10 the other day. I don't have anything. Well, you could have kept your $10 because you knew damn well that was not gonna help. And I'm talking about the people that have no, you know, they don't do it from the bottom of their hearts. They just force the issue. It's like, here, $10. Did you get that? Do you see it in Cash App? I sent it to you. Did you get? And it's like they're bothered at the fact that you don't have nothing. Facts, free man. Thank you for saying that. Um, Thank you, free man, for saying that too. Mr. Kane as well, honey. But it's like I just wanna I really wanna help the people that gives fake help. I wanna help y'all to understand something about being homeless. Or I want y'all to understand something about when a person needs help and how you really supposed to help them. Since y'all and this is to these organizations as well. When y'all out here giving out fake help and shit like that. So let me help y'all, because it seems like a lot of people, especially in the black community, it seems like a lot of people is bothered by you because you need help. So first and foremost, let's start off with the economy that we're living in. Hello, things are expensive here. And just because you can't afford it, just because you can afford it don't mean that everybody else can. Just because you living off of more than a six-figure income don't mean that everybody else is. Just because you got a lot of support don't mean that everybody else do. Just because you got your family and your friends by your side don't mean that everybody else do. Just because you got you a car with no problem don't mean that this person can get a car with no problem. Just because you got a job, but you get where I'm coming from. Just because you have this, that, and the third don't mean that this person can get the same thing. So y'all need to understand that we living in a the economy is so bad. It's to the point where it's like this is expensive, this is expensive, this is expensive, this is expensive. God damn it, it didn't get to a point where I remember once upon a time you would be able to go out to eat and buy groceries. Now you gotta choose like, damn, which one do I want? Do I want to buy groceries or do I want to get me a little meal for tonight? Everything is a finesse. Everything is a damn finesse. Everything is a game, you know. And it's like when you claim to be that person that a person can run to for help because you want them to, don't get agitated and aggravated at them because they need you. They need your help. You said you was going to be there to help them. You know, even though technically we all know that God is our help. He's our guidance through the hardest times in our lives. We all know that. But then you got those people there that say, oh, call me up if you need me. And these are the people that got it all. They got it made in the shade. It's people like this that give halfway help. And they get so irritated at you because you need help. Me and my husband had to deal with our share of people during our homelessness. And I'm telling you, people really showed they ass. They showed who they really were. Family and friends. And they acted like they cared at first. All you got to do is ask a person for help and keep asking them for help since they claim that they there for you, and watch and see their true colors unfold right in front of you. People will sit out here and act like they'll help you. Matter of fact, you got content creators going around, you know, putting these homeless people on social media, giving them money because they doing it for clout. They doing it for clout. They need the world's validation behind what they're doing, and they're not doing it out the kindness of their hearts. You just doing it because you got money to blow. That's all. So you see a homeless person on the street, and you're like, damn, this is my chance. This is my chance to shine again. Man, let me see how much I got. Bro, you walking around with $12,000. You see a homeless person and you gonna get them $100. You know how selfish that is? Because if you had any good intentions to really help a homeless person, first of all, we all know that homeless people need stability. Okay? If you see them sleeping on the streets, you know what they need. You know that they need housing. And that's where it starts. Because once they got a roof over their head, and these are for the homeless people that really want better. Once they got a roof over their heads, Then they ready to go in and go in. But you got people, they don't want you to outshine them. So they will halfway help you. So they will give you the bare minimum, like your own damn family. Let your family find out that you need help and watch how they just either they gonna watch you struggle or they gonna barely help your ass. And then they gonna go complain about you to the rest of the family and say, yeah, girl, so and so, girl, you know she had the audacity to ask me for another $50. Well, I mean, don't fix your mouth to say, call me whenever you need me. I got you. Don't fix your mouth to say that. See, y'all gotta be detailed, you know. You gotta be detailed. And then it's another thing too. If you tired of a person asking you for $50, then don't put them on hold for it. You gotta don't put them on hold for it. Let them know what it is. Nah, I'm not about to give you another $50. Instead of going behind their backs and talking about them to the family and stuff like that, just let them know. But y'all be so scared, man. Y'all be so scared to speak up. That's why y'all too busy gossiping. Cause you can't, and then you feel like you just bigger and you better because you gossip. Because you got something to talk about. You can go and gossip about somebody, but you can't tell them how you really feel to their faces. That's the thing. Okay, let me pin that. You said motherfuckers asked me to prove if I was homeless like being homeless. Exactly. So when we was homeless, and I'm not gonna go deep into detail, but when we was homeless, um, and we was asking people for help, telling them the situation, they they talking about prove that you homeless even though they knew the situation. They knew exactly what we was going through. They knew everything. They talking about then they talking about we not homeless and we just faking and I guess you're not really homeless unless they can really see you laying on the ground underneath a viaduct or in a box or just sleeping on a bench. You're not really homeless until you can do that. But if you living in your car, or if you living in a shelter, or if you living in a hotel, or if you sleeping on somebody else's couch, you're not homeless. You're not homeless. Homeless. Okay? The thing is, you're homeless when you don't have your own home. You're homeless. And when you have no stability and you hopping around because you're trying to find stability. Homeless is when you don't got it like everybody else. You really don't have it to the point where you can look at your bank account and it shows you ain't got it because it shows $0.00. In every account that you open up, and when you open up your wallet and you have nothing there, and also most importantly, you don't have an income to look forward to be able to have something, that's homeless as well. And well, I ain't gonna say that part right there is homeless. That's just less fortunate. You know what I'm saying? You just less fortunate when you ain't got it like how everybody else do, and you don't have an income to look forward to. So when there's a person that doesn't have an income, let me help the people that don't get it. When there's a person that doesn't have an income to look forward to, and they've been trying, and they keep trying, and you know that they trying, evidently you see that they need help, right? So a little $10 ain't gonna change their life. And that's what people need to understand. You can't just give a person $100 and think that it's gonna change their whole entire life around. How? How? They still gonna be homeless. They still not gonna have nothing. And then they go around and they tell people, Girl, I gave somebody $100 today. Yep. I know something good gonna happen for me. And it's like, so you did that because you feel like something good is gonna happen for you? Um, you said I always say I'm done to help people, but my true nature can't help, but I'm trying day by day. That's another thing, y'all. People will literally compare their struggles to y'all, to you. If you struggling, right, and a person call your phone because they're trying to check on you. They trying to check on you. They know what you got going on. They know you struggling, you know, but they keep calling to check on you. They just want to check on you. Not all people have good intentions to check on you. A lot of people just want to keep up with your struggle. They want to make sure you're still in the same position because they don't want to see you outshine them. That's the thing. So they call your phone. Hey, how you doing? I was just calling to check in on you, knowing that you struggling, knowing you still ain't got no income to look forward to, knowing you out here just all bad, and you been asking them for help, but they keep telling you they can't help you. So what the hell you calling me for? What are you talking about? Oh, you want to check on me to make sure I'm still struggling. Okay. So then as soon as you break it down to them like, man, look, I've been struggling, still struggling, since the last time I asked you for some help. Oh, wow. Well, I'm struggling too. How? In a 6-bedroom? With a Mercedes Benz in a driveway? Come on, bruh. You struggling? You live in a beautiful ass community. You making a 6-figure income. You got a nice, big old, a nice home that you own. You struggling? You sure? Because let's be 100. If you're struggling and you have it all, you know what to do. You know what to do to overcome your struggles. All you got to do is downsize. Real talk. Uh, West Cruz, we're going to get you out of here. You call ice on yourself. What's up, Poetic? You said Freeman says not always about money, sometimes trying to help others you left behind. Everybody. What's up, Mills? Um, you know, I want to say something about what you just said, Freeman. You said it's not always about the money, sometimes trying to help others. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. It's not always about money. It's not. Some people just, you know, let me see. What's the best way I could break this down? Because you got some people that will literally call you just so you can't ask them for something, because you know that they're not going to give you any advice at all. You know that they're not going to pray for you. They ain't going to try to, help you mentally or nothing. Get through it. They not going to help you. They just waiting for the moment. They talking to you about everything else, steady asking you questions about what you're going through, but they're still not going to help. And they just waiting for that moment to ask you, for you to ask them for something, just so they can tell you no. Just so they can just let you down. Because people get a kick off of letting someone down in 2025. And I just don't understand. Like, why, why do people love that so much now? It ain't got to a point where a person would tell you, yeah, I'm gonna have $150 for you tomorrow. Just call me tomorrow at 4:00 p.m. You call them at 4:00 p.m., they don't even answer the phone. As a matter of fact, their phone's steady going to voicemail. You get the texting them. They not responding. Then the whole entire night goes by, and the next day come, and they still not saying nothing. Still not answering the phone. They love letting you down. Or it can be the other way around. They contact you at 4 o'clock p.m. just to tell you, man, I thought I was going to have $150, but I don't have it. Sorry, I wish I could have helped. Like, damn. False hope. You know, people are so damn sick in the minds that they get a kick off of watching another person struggle. They will actually kick you down when you are already down. You got some people that will literally help you just enough to harm you. And they don't give a fuck about your outcome. They don't care. Freeman says some people, they see you struggling, then they're waiting for you until you ask them. Then they tell you you should. Exactly, man. Come on now. You said it best. What's up, Monica? Welcome to the live, Monica. Say then you tell them you shouldn't. You should. I promise you, that's exactly what they do. You should have just asked. I hate people. Like, I hate that. I really do. I promise you. You know, because it's like people will make you very uncomfortable asking them, just flat out asking them. Because, you know, the last 2 times that you asked them in the past, they already said no. And they love letting you down. So it's the fact, it's like, then when you finally build up the courage to finally say something before the phone call, and it's like, oh, you should have just asked me. I would have just gave it to you. Well, I didn't know it was that easy coming from a person like you. Okay, what's your Cash App? Then all of a sudden, they don't have a problem with Cash Apping you or sending you the money or giving you the money. But then when you just when you just want to talk to somebody, we just in 2025, you can't even talk to nobody. What's up, hubby? Back in the live stream. In 2025, you can't even sit down and talk to anybody about what you're going through. They don't want to hear it. They're going to tell you it's going to be all right, and they're going to run away from you. Or they're going to tell you it's going to be all right, and then they're going to act like they helping you, and they're going to give you $200, and then they run away from you. What happened to us being able to really open up to one another and talk about what we're going through and really give each other a helping hand? And I'm not talking about like really just money. I'm talking about really helping somebody mentally. You know, it's people out here that really just, they can use, you know, a little bit of advice. They can. But it's like we live in a world where it's either a person gonna be selfish as hell and they not gonna help you at all, or an organization gonna be selfish and not help you at all, or they're gonna give you the very bare minimum help, or they will help you and they'll keep helping you, but they'll give you things in increments. And the only thing is, you won't never hear their voice. They won't never talk to you. They just text you. And they say stuff like, oh, it's going to be all right. Well, I got $10 for you. You know. So explain to me, how is it going to be all right? It's going to be all right. Because all you got to do is just, see, you should apply for some jobs. Soon as you apply for, and they just, you know, they make it seem like it's that easy. When you really struggling and you going through something, a person to tell you all you got to do is get a job and just work. Oh, I do? So what job? What job are you going to put me on with then? And it's easier said than done. I'm going to just be 100. Because even if you do get a job, right? First of all, you don't know how long it's going to take for you to get the job. you know, because even when you do get a doggone job, you don't know how long you're going to stay there on that job. You don't know what issues that job might come with. You don't know if the job might be a good fit for you. Oh, you'll be all right. All you got to do is just get a job, though. Right. And just work, 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 just like you. Work until my body hurt. Y'all got to understand something, too. Like, people that are less fortunate and homeless people, it's a lot of things going on with them mentally. Real talk. You can't, the problem is that, you know, we as a people, we don't take enough time out to acknowledge what a person is going through while they're homeless. We too busy trying to tell people they need to work. You don't know what that person is going through. They might not be ready for that yet. And then as soon as you tell a person that, it's like, oh, you're just making excuses. How? How would you feel if you was homeless going through hella damn trauma? How would you feel if you had to go through all that trauma of being homeless and then you are forced to pretty much work so you can have an income, but you're not ready for that yet? Like, the problem is a lot of these a lot of these homeless people, you know, or people that they don't have nothing. And a prime example was me and my husband. You know, we were forced to work. You want to know why we were forced to work? Because, you know, being homeless comes with a heavy price. That's why. You can't even be homeless in peace. You can't. There's no such thing. They make you got to get out here and bust your ass to stay homeless, pretty much. Just like you got to get out here and bust your ass every day to stay in the situation that you're in. Because I'm pretty sure the whole entire world is struggling at this point. And y'all get out here and y'all still don't realize, you know how many people is blinded by the fact that they're still enslaved by the system? Still. You go home, you tired, you exhausted, you tired of working, you just tired. But you can stop. Took me and my husband to get through the homelessness to finally realize, like, man, I just want to stop. I ain't ready to go back into the work life yet. You know, you have to be mentally prepared for that shit. You can't just go right into it. You know, just because everybody else is saying that that's what you need to do. You need to do what is best for you. And if you don't feel like you're ready to work, then don't. Y'all got to stop listening to other people when they keep on trying to say, oh, get a job, just get a job, just work, 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 get a job, get a job, get a job, get a job. My life, I'm not here for that, okay? I'm not here to just work, 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 and work, and work, and work, and work. You said it's called being grown. Better get ready. It is America. What? I'm not here to be a slave, you know? I'm not here to go according to America's handwritten blueprint to the way of life in America. I'm not here for that, man. So what am I here for? I'm here and I have a purpose, and God gave me a purpose. And it is my duty to define what that purpose is. And obviously, one of them is telling the truth to the people. And the truth is, we do not have to be slaves to this system. We don't. We were conditioned since we were young, and our parents were conditioned, and our parents' parents were conditioned, and it is just a generational thing. It is just a generational curse. Real talk. And we really need to wake up and realize and understand that we're no slaves to this evil, wicked ass damn system. Um, let's see. Freeman says in America, specifically homeless, that is a no. I see in the news homeless old man killed by a psycho. When they asked him why he killed the old man, he told them, I want to see what murder looks like. Yeah. And they target homeless people. And just like right now, it's a crime to be homeless, man. They don't care about your situation. They don't care about what led you to that point. You just need to get your homeless ass up off their ground and get to work like the slave that they want you to be. No matter where your mind is, no matter how much trauma you got to deal with, how much trauma you done overcame, how much trauma you still dealing with, they don't care. They just want you out there working. Mojo, Kane is my husband. You just get Mojo up out of here. Cause you're not about to disrespect nobody up in this chat. You definitely don't have a good mindset though. Because your mindset is you want to be a slave for this country that you live in. Just like everybody else. You are in the matrix. That's what your mindset is. Um Who is this? Red says crime. It's a crime to be homeless. The Supreme Court said racial profiling is legal for DHS now. Yeah, it is. It's a crime to be homeless. It is. It's a crime to be homeless now. Y'all go look it up. They targeting the homeless people. I'm serious. Real talk. They are coming out with the craziest. You will get arrested if your ass is caught living in your car. They coming after the people that live in a vans. I'm not surprised. Babylon is falling. I'm not surprised. I've been felt it coming a long time ago. And actually, when me and my husband was homeless some years ago, I had told him, I said, man, I feel like it's gonna get to a point where it's gonna be a crime. It's gonna be a crime to be homeless. Right, childish mindset, but call himself, you gotta be the most childish, you have to be one of the most childish people out here to come in somebody else's live stream and stir up some problems and then say that they got a bad mindset. It's okay to disagree, but y'all do not disagree respectfully, bro. Y'all be just going all out of bounds with y'all negative, disrespectful ass comments. Charles Rhodes says blacks murder at least one white person every day in America. I don't know where you came up with that, but I'm gonna be honest. It's more black on black crime and white on black crime than it is black on white crime. Yeah, not today, free man. Tell him, free man. Tell him. Not today. We don't have time for that, man. We're really trying to speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? Be specific. Who you calling ignorant? Who you calling ignorant? Yeah. Tell him, Mr. Kane. Black men kill more than 3 black men a day. Now what? What? What y'all thought? We was about to deny the fact that there is black on black crime, bro? The black on black crime that shit is through the roof. We literally have so much hate for each other. We dislike one another. We walk past one another. We don't even say nothing to each other.
We roll eyes at each other. We literally come down on each other. We compete against each other. We watch one another struggle. We always worried about who got the latest fashion and stuff like that. We looking for each other ops. And we glorify the worst things. Let's tell the truth. The black community has a very bad problem. And it's the generational curses that just won't get addressed. These grandmothers don't want to be grandmothers. Grandfathers don't want to be grandfathers. Fathers don't want to be fathers. Mothers don't want to be mothers. And the streets are raising the children. And the children are raising themselves. And the education system, which is shit, is raising our children. So let's talk about it. Facts, yeah. I'm gonna do a live stream where we do some little fun things. Seriously, I don't mind doing anything like that. Um, Dave, what's up, Dave? You said shalom, sister. Stain is on us. We don't even know it. Yep. Vibranium says black women betrayed black men since the 1800s. Y'all need to check your black sisterhood. Stop having kids with bums. Well, I have a husband in the live stream who is an amazing black man. He's a black father and he does the damn thing. And he's a damn good husband at that at the same time, Vibranium. So I just want to let you know it ain't even all black women are like that. But I do get exactly where you coming from because it really started a long time ago for sure. You know, they separated the families a long time ago. And all they had to do was let the women know, hey, you get this government assistance, right? He gonna be gone, right? That's all they had to do to separate the black families. When the system came into play, it helped keep the family separated. It helped turn the black women against the black men. You know, when government assistance came into play, when they started giving out food stamps and housing and stuff like that, way back when, the black women definitely started turning against the men. That's all it took. You can get hunk. You can get hunk out of here. Um, you know, I don't know, man. I guess the chat. Obviously, a lot of people don't really know who I am. Y'all don't know who I am. I just feel like you must go check out my videos. You will see exactly who I am. Like I don't. My mindset is not what everybody else's is. When people come in a live stream and they say stuff like, well, actually, your race is the problem, I agree. What, you thought I was going to disagree? When people come in a live stream and they say, well, the black man kills the white man, well, shit, it's black on black crime. We killing each other. Honestly. And I don't condone violence. When people say stuff like, man, y'all, the list goes on. They come in here and they really feel like I'm gonna get angry or whatever just because they said something and they believe in their minds that I'm gonna disagree with them. You have the wrong impression, sir or ma'am. I don't think like everybody else. Some of y'all don't even, people come in here and they be like, MAGA, Trump 2028. Actually, your city, Chicago, needs cleaning up. And it's like, okay, obviously you still don't get it. I believe that Chicago definitely needs to be cleaned up. I believe that Chicago does have a problem. I believe that Trump was 100% right when he said that Chicago has an issue. I do not agree. I need people to understand something. I do not agree with Trump and his policies. I do not agree with majority of the things that he says, things that he does. I do not do Republican or Democrat. I don't do voting. I am independent, okay? I don't believe in none of that stuff. I believe in the Most High God. That's who I believe in. You know, that's whose side I'm on when it all comes down to it. But the thing is, it's like you can't deny something. When somebody is right, you can't deny that. And I'm one of those people. I just don't deny things that I see that's right. And quite frankly, the politicians here in the state of Illinois and the city of Chicago, they're horrible. And I agree that they're horrible. And should we pull up the pictures again so that I can show y'all how bad these politicians are? They're taking pictures with the drill rapper Lil Durk. Come on now. But y'all talking about Chicago crime rate is low. Cut it out. But overall, I just want to let y'all know that I don't think like everybody else do. You know, my views and my opinions is totally different from everybody else's. Illinois is one of the most corrupt states in the US. And as a matter of fact, you know, I hate it here. What's up? I don't know. Freeman says Charleston White is the only one fighting the hip hop community. Yeah, because he talk about stuff just like what I talk about, man. The man got common sense. You know, I don't agree with a lot of these celebrities or these famous people, you know, but when they say something that sticks out to me, that's like, you know what, you're right. I have to agree. You know, you right. If Mayor Brandon Johnson wasn't so much um a corrupt ass official and he made sense, I would agree with him if he made sense though, but he ain't got no common sense. It's just not there. He's taking pictures with a Chicago drill rapper and you sitting up here trying to preach to the people of how good of the city that we live in. Bro, you have police guarding you all the time. You got security guarding you all the time. You ain't got to live in no trenches. You ain't never had to deal with. Of course, you're going to say Chicago is wonderful. Duh. Um, you said Future be making music about taking drugs and he's sober. Hey, this is what they do. I remember when Beyonce was making music back then, talking about some what was it? To the left, everything. Yeah, and I'm looking like, girl, you got a man, Jay-Z. And you know, when they come out with this music, people, I'm telling you, people will literally believe anything that they hear or anything that they see. What's up, Yaka? You know, and so they know that if you make a song about you, I'm trying to see. If you make a song about you being the richest person in the world, they're going to believe that you're the richest person in the world. And if you show them money, even though it's fake, they're going to believe that you actually have that much money. I mean, people literally have not an ounce of common sense. People don't even do research, man. They don't dig deep. They just believe everything that they see and everything that they hear. They literally don't do their own research. You said when I saw the mayor of Chicago give recognition to Lil Durk, I saw what a joke. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And you know, this city is literally a dump for real. People ain't wrong when they say Chicago, cause it is. It is. It's a real big ass shit hole. Well, get out then, LM. Ain't nobody forcing you to stay. If you can't understand anything that I'm saying, bye bye. You know, Chicago is, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's so many people out here that's in competition with each other. And you know what's sad? To live in Section 8 housing, the audacity to live in Section 8 housing and compete with the next person is diabolical. To live in Section 8 housing and drive a BMW and you competing with everybody else that live in the same apartment complex as you, and you trying to compete with them, and you like, yeah, I'm better than you because I got a BMW. Well, you shouldn't be having one anyway. And you shouldn't even have that mindset to really compete. We both live in the same building. We're both on Section 8. This is just the example, y'all. This is not my real life. This is just the way that the black community is. We both on Section 8. And you trying to compete with me because you got a BMW and I don't. And I have a Ford truck. You trying to compete with me because you're able to get a hold of the latest fashion and I can't because I prioritize. You trying to compete with me because you do fraud and I don't. I decide to go the right way and get the money that I need to get the right way. And also, you know, you trying to compete with me because you love money, but I don't, and I use it as a tool. Money is a damn tool, to be honest. And it needs to be used like a tool. And it doesn't need to be loved. Because it's not gonna love you back. How the hell do y'all love something that don't love you back? You don't know how many of these people out here say, man, I love money. Well, it don't love you. That's the problem. Y'all love shit that don't love you. And that's why you just such a hateful person. Y'all love celebrities that don't even know you, that don't even love you back. They don't know your ass. And you up here trying to defend him. Talking about he's a godly person. Cut it out. Tommy says, no, it isn't. Nowhere major in America is shit. Go visit Africa, India, about 120. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know about Africa and India and all these other countries, but I do know that these other countries are beautiful. I do know that they have lied to us our whole lives and try to make us afraid to go there, you know, just because they showing us the bad parts of the country. Well, shit, America got horrible parts of the country. And if you ask me, this whole damn country is fucked. From the top to the damn bottom. From Cali to New Jersey, from Michigan to Texas. What's up, Bean? Free Mind says, didn't she know him before she met him? I mean, who arranged the meeting? Uh, who you talking about, Free Mind? Yeah, man, I wish I could stay on here even longer, y'all, but I got a life. That's the thing. I have a life. See, people, they feel like, oh, look at her. All she do is spend her whole day on YouTube. How? I don't even really be on here like that. That's the thing. Look at her. She ain't got no life. She on YouTube. Man, I'm telling you, man, the world that we live in. And then you know what else is crazy, y'all? People literally live off of assumptions. They live on assumptions. I remember there was this one person that told me and my husband, she said, I don't talk to y'all. Well, it's no disrespect to y'all. You know, I just don't say nothing to y'all because I feel like y'all are the way that y'all are because, you know, this person said that to you before. And it's like, what? I don't even know you. So why would you assume that? Maybe this person said that. See, that's probably why y'all just don't talk. And it's like, no, we just are very, like, we got our guards up. And we know what type of world we live in. We know the society that we live in. We know that everybody is not kind and everybody is not generous. And people have ill intent. And people have demons. And I don't want nobody trying to put their demons off on me. That's why I am very careful with who I talk to, who I associate with. I don't give a fuck if it's a hey or a bye. I don't want your hays and your buys because it comes with something else. Um, Tommy says America isn't beautiful. Some of the oldest mountains in the world. Nova Scotia isn't far. Great Lakes, Death Valley is beautiful. Uh, Dublin, California looks like Ireland. You know, I don't know what's up. Josie, what? Get Josie out. Let's get him out or her. Tripping. Well, okay, I get it. I get it. Tommy, it sounds like you love America. It sounds like you love the perks that comes with America. I love Jesus Christ, Gary. I love him. Sounds like you love America, and you know what's crazy? You got people that still love this place, you know, and even though these politicians are corrupt, they showing us Trump is abusing his power left and right. He's showing us, hey, I got the power. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do, and that doesn't mean that I'm saying that I disagree with him saying National Guards go to Chicago. The only thing that I disagree with about that is the fact that they might potentially have bad intentions, but who knows? We don't know, and I damn sure don't know. And I'm just waiting to find out. Um, Tommy Cat, it's okay. You don't have to come in here, doing all that extra stuff. That's not what we doing. All I'm saying and my point is sound like sound like a white nationalist. I mean, that's the thing, man. It's like I don't know, man. I guess y'all need to just go check out my other videos. I'm not about to keep trying to say who I am to you. Hell, I don't have nothing to prove to nobody because if you disagree with my content, then you just disagree. Just move on. And if you agree, you agree. It is what it is. You said you can complain about others flashing their goods more. Huh? Okay. Bye, Tommy. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed one. Okay? Because I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm going to be honest, y'all. That's going to conclude this live. I got a lot that I got to do. We're going to be back very soon. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Get the likes up. I actually had more stuff that I wanted to say. Thank you, Freeman, for being in the live stream and engaging. All of the people that decided to engage, appreciate y'all for coming through. Appreciate y'all for staying. And y'all just hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button. And Dave, appreciate you as well. All right, y'all. Y'all make sure that y'all stay tuned for more content. Nevertheless, wake them folks up. I'm out.